Hello friends, today I am here by taking the concept of class 9th, chapter 5th, Euclid Geometry. Firstly, before doing this concept, I want to explain the meaning. What is Euclid? Why we are saying it Euclid Geometry? Euclid was the first Greek mathematician who initiated a new way of thinking in the study of geometry. Means Euclid was the mathematician, it means he was the person, Greek, where he was using a new way of thinking to do geometry. Where I define geometry means where geo means earth, metron means measurement. So in this way geometry became earth measurement. Ancient Egyptians were first people which studied geo for finding areas such as triangle, rectangle, circle, etc. Egyptians were the first people. They were using these figures for finding the areas. Later on, Babylonians discovered formula for finding the areas of these figures, but Euclid proved previous concepts, theorems, axioms on reasoning power. So that's why this geometry is known as Euclid geometry. I hope you are getting axioms. Firstly, I want to tell what is the meaning of axiom. Basic facts which are taken for granted without proof, which can be taken without proof, means which are real truth, we can say universal truth. Halves of equals are equal. If A is greater than B and B is greater than C, then according to this it means A is greater than C. So now I will tell what is theorem. Conclusions obtained through logical reasoning based on previously proved are known as theorems, means which you prove by logical reasoning. These are known as theorems. Now I will tell what is point. Point is a fine dot made by pencil which has no length and no breadth. It is always denoted by capital letter like A, P, B, whatever we can say. Plane. Surface of a table, sheet, board is called plane like this. This is what? This is your plane. Line. Line is a straight line which has no end point. It is drawn by ruler just like this. It is denoted by small letter with both side arrows. Next is line segment which has two end points like this one. This is a line segment which has definite length. Ray which has only one point just like sun ray. Sun is fixed, ray is coming. It means A is fixed and ray is coming, just like this is known as ray. Parallel lines. Parallel lines are those lines which never intersect at any point and the distance between them is always remain fixed, just like railway track. Just I show also by these. This is known as parallel lines. Intersecting lines which have one common point like scissor. Collinear point. Collinear points are those which are lying on the same line, just like this. If you draw a line, they will lie on a line. These points are known as collinear points. Concurrent lines. Concurrent lines are those lines where more than two, या three, या any more than two lines are intersecting at only one point. These lines are known as concurrent lines. You know, whenever two lines are intersecting, these lines are known as intersecting. Whenever more than two are intersecting at one point, these are known as concurrent lines. So now we are discussing about only axioms. A line contains infinitely many points. If there is a line, it means it has many points. But second is through a given point, there pass infinite lines. Means just like this, there is one point, how many lines you can pass? Infinite. Now we are coming on the main concept, Euclid's axioms. You have to remember them also. First is things which are equal to same thing are equal to one another. Means if one thing is equal to like this, if this thing is equal to this and this thing is equal to this, it means both are also equal. Clear? Means A is equal to B, B is equal to C, it means A is also equal to C. It is the meaning of first axiom. If equals are added to equals, the wholes are equal. Means if x is equal to y, if I add same term on both sides, then also it will remain equal. Third is if equals are subtracted from equals, the remainders are equal. Of course, whenever we will subtract from them, then also you will get the remainders are equal. Next, whole is greater than part. Of course, bigger is always greater than smaller. Things which are double of same things are equal to one another. Means if two things are equal, whenever you will add, it will be the double of that thing. Things which are half of same things are equal to one another. Of course, like this. Whenever they are joining, they will get a single term. I hope you are getting. In first, whenever two things are equal to one another, then they will also be equal. If equals are added to equals, the whole are equal. Equals are subtracted, the remainders are equal. Whole is greater than part. Things which are double of same thing are equal to one another. Which are halves of same thing are equal to one another. Next are Euclid's postulates. A straight line segment can be drawn joining any 2 points. Means if straight line you have to make, then by joining 2 points you can make a line segment. Second, any line segment can be extended indefinitely. You can say कि any line segment you can indefinitely extend, means produce on either side to form a straight line. Means any line is here, if you have to make a definite, then you can produce it any manner to make it a line segment. Next, a circle can be drawn with any center and any radius. Yes, you can draw any type of circle with of any radius, any center. All right angles are equal to one another. Of course, if its measurement is 90, all will be equal. Next, if a straight line falling on two straight line makes the interior angle on same side of it taken together less than two right angles. Here what is there? If any straight line is falling on other two lines, it is not given कि these lines are parallel or not. Then the sum of interior angle on same side, we are taking on same side, this is always less than 180. Two right angle means 180. This is saying by fifth postulate. Now we will discuss some examples. Firstly, I tell you, you have to remember them. We will use to find the questions. Now, first question is, if a point C is between A and B such that AC is equal to BC. From this you got कि C is a midpoint of AB. You have to prove AC is equal to half of AB. According to given question, I write, then you know you have to prove AC is equal to half of AB. It means 2 AC you want on that side, so I added AC on both sides. AC I added. And you know, if two things are equal, if we add equal parts to both, then they will remain equal. Same we are using second your axiom. Use it. Then AC plus BC. What are you getting? AC plus BC is your AB. Then AC is equal to half of AB, hence proved. Second question is given x plus y is equal to 27, y is equal to z, then you have to prove x plus z is equal to 27. I have taken y is equal to z. You know you have to make it z plus x, but if we will add x on both sides, then I think you have no problem using second axiom. Z plus x remains same, it will become 27. we have taken this is equal to this, and you know in left side you want with zx, so we are adding x on both side according to your second axioms. Then you know ki what is this is equal to 27. I put it and you are getting the result that you have to prove. I hope you are getting. In the last but not least, in given figure AB is equal to BC and BX is equal to Y, it is given. So you have to prove AX is equal to CY. According to your first, I have taken it 1, to this I have taken 2. Now I subtracted these. Then AB minus BX, BC minus BY. Whenever you will see in figure AB minus BX, then what are you getting? AX. And in this side BC minus BY means CY you are getting. So you got that one you want, hence proof.